I'd like to provide the briefest of introductions to topology checking in QGIS. And one of the interesting things about topology, as you should know from the readings, is there are all sorts of useful properties that come from it. QGIS provides a rudimentary form to check to make sure your topology is good, and so we'll go over that. First thing we have to do, though, is make sure that the topology plugin is turned on. It comes as a standard plugin, but it might not show up at first, so I have to go to plugins and manage and install plugins and check. And sure enough, there it is, the Topology Checker. Now once I've done this, it should be part of the standard, and it'll show up, and you see it show up here. So we start by left-clicking on it, and we get this new panel on the side. The first thing we have to do, if we want to check the topology here for this polygon data set, is create a rule set. And so if I click here on this tool, it lets me create a rule set. And right now there are no rules, but I can say basins must not have gaps, and then add that rule, so it means that between the polygons there are no empty slivers. I could also say basins must not overlap, so that no basin polygon can stand on another basin polygon. This ensures that my entire area is covered and that there are no gaps, there are no overlaps, so I don't get a total area that's too big when I sum all the polygons. So I'll say that's okay. I'll go then and check the topology, and so if I left click here and check the topology, it shows me errors. They have gaps and an overlap, and so I can click here and show and see the individual errors. So here I have errors back and forth, the overlap error, the other errors, and I can turn the errors on and off, and sure enough, there they are. There's the gap error, and there's an overlap error. So what I'll go do here then is edit, as you'll learn in future videos. So what I'll do here after I've identified these errors is edit them. Now you'll learn how to do that in future videos where we go through topology and editing together. But I just wanted to introduce this concept because in the readings we cover this concept of topology. Another quick trick, I can change the properties and make my fills here semi-transparent. So instead of having it be solid, I can make it semi-transparent, and then I'm going to apply this. When I look, and I'll hide the errors, I can somewhat see them because they're darker when they show up. Now this will highlight bigger errors visually, but when the errors are typically very small along the edge, I might not see them zoomed at full scale. But it's still a trick that helps you also during editing later on to be able to see the edges and where they overlap and not. So just a quick introduction to topology. We'll see more of it later.